Did you know this about 3D printing? PLA snaps. TPU laughs. So why does everyone hate printing flexible filament? It's not that TPU is impossible. Most people fail because they treat it like PLA. Same speed. Same retraction. Same, just load it and go, attitude. TPU is rubber. Soft. Squishy. And it behaves completely differently the second it hits your extruder. First, understand what you're dealing with. TPU stands for thermoplastic polyurethane. When it's hot, it extrudes like plastic. When it cools, it bends, stretches, and springs back. That's why it's perfect for phone cases, cable protectors, gaskets, grips, printer feet, and anything that needs to absorb impact instead of cracking. Hardness matters. Sure, ratings tell you how soft it is. 85A is super soft and harder to print. 95A is the sweet spot for most people, flexible, but still manageable. Firmer grades like 98A or 64D feed easier, but flex less. If this is your first time, start with 95A. Rule 1, dry it. This is the biggest secret nobody wants to hear. TPU is hygroscopic, which means it drinks moisture from the air. Wet filament pops and crackles at the nozzle. It strings like crazy. Surfaces look bubbly and fuzzy. Layer adhesion gets weak. And yes, even brand new sealed spools are often already wet enough to ruin a print. Dry it around 70 degrees Celsius for 6 to 8 hours before you start. Store it sealed with desiccant when you're done. If your print looks rough for no reason, dry first, tweak settings second. Rule 2, print stupid slow. 20 to 30 mm per second is where most people should live. Soft filament doesn't push like rigid PLA. Push too hard, too fast, and it buckles inside the path, wraps around the gears, or under-extrudes into a mess. Direct drive printers have a huge advantage because the feed path is short. Bowden can work, but you need harder TPU, even slower speeds, and almost no room for error. Also, don't try running TPU through multi-material systems that weren't built for flex. They jam. Rule 3, barely retract. This is where PLA habits destroy TPU prints. People crank retraction to 5 or 6 mm because they're used to rigid filament. That stretches soft TPU instead of cleanly pulling it back, then it jams or over-extrudes on the next move. Keep retraction tiny, 0.5 to 1.5 mm at a slow retract speed. Sometimes turn it off completely. If you're still getting spiderwebs of stringing, don't yank more filament. Drop nozzle temperature 5 degrees, dry the spool again, and reduce unnecessary travel. Temperature cheat sheet, start around 225 degrees for the nozzle, somewhere in the 210 to 240 range depending on the brand. Bed around 40 to 50 degrees is common. TPU often sticks really well to PEI, sometimes too well, so let the bed cool fully before you peel the part off. Layer height around 0.2 works great. Fans after the first layer can help, but don't freeze the layers so hard that they stop bonding. What can you actually make with good TPU? Drop-proof phone cases. Soft seals and gaskets. Strain reliefs that stop cables from breaking. Tool grips. Drone bumpers. Vibration dampeners under printers and machines. Wearable straps. Flexible hinges. Parts that take a beating and come back instead of shattering on the floor. TPU can handle way more impact than PLA. Layers often fuse extremely well. It's abrasion resistant and holds up against oils and greases better than a lot of hobby filaments. The trade-off is print time, stringing if you're sloppy, and a material that fights you if your settings are wrong. So remember the 3 rules. Dry it. Slow it. Barely retract. Start with 95A, use a tiny retraction. Watch the first layer. And stop blaming the filament when you're printing rubber with PLA settings. Dry it. Slow it. barely retract. Save this before you waste another roll of TPU.